Coming up with storylines in some ways is fairly challenging because I have several rules for myself. I want it to be a unique story. Second, I want it to be exciting and intense, have memorable characters in it. Third, I want to give them an education in an area that they probably have never been familiar with, so that they will come away saying, wow, now that was really fascinating. What would be the greatest robbery in history? It would be rob the Vatican. Here is the most famous location in the world. It has more treasures than any other place. And I looked and nobody had ever written anything. I said, wonder why? When I checked, they said, it's impossible to rob the Vatican. That is absolutely impossible, so there's no reason for anybody to write anything. I said, hey, I spent my career in technology and business and so on, solving impossible problems. I'm going to figure out how to actually rob the Vatican. It took me 5 years of research, but I finally came up with, aha, got it. Now I know how to rob it, and now I got to decide whether to actually rob it or write about it. And I chose to write about it. For my series that starts with Satan's Stronghold, and there's now the 5th one in the series just came out, Chesney Barrett is the key person in it. The only reason Chesney Barrett came about was due to my wife. And she said, if you are going to have a significant woman in the story, do not make her dependent upon some manly hero. She has to be able to totally dominate that story herself. Then she also told me, she said, an artist paints pictures with a brush. A writer paints pictures with words. You need to describe the scene so well that the reader feels they're walking side by side with the character. They're seeing everything they're seeing so that they understand it. And I said, well, that works real good because I do all this research. So that became a trademark for my stories. I have to give a lot of credit to Margie. She made the books dramatically better. Writing something that the reader, when they get through reading it, they say, oh, that was good. And I learned some things that I didn't know. That's what drives me as a writer. If I can't do that, I don't want to write the book. You have to write what you love. You have to care as much about the story as not just, well, I put this together and the reader will probably like it. You want it to be so good that the person that reads it says, wow, this was so exciting, and I learned a lot from it. To me, that's fundamental.